Hello Capricorn, Elsie here to do your reading. How are you, Capricorn? I'm reading for the week ahead, by the way, if you've never been here before. Welcome if you're brand new. I always read for the week ahead, no matter if you get this today, tomorrow, or next year. It's a general reading and it could resonate with you. Capricorn, if you're back because you're my ride or die, thanks so much for coming back. I've got these oracles that I'm going to throw down for the overall energy for the week ahead, and then we're going to get some tarot on it. We're going to find out what's going down. Now we're going to look at these three decks, and then I'm going to clear space here so we can look at not only next week, but put two cards down for the week after that. How are you doing after coming through all of this energy? Did you make any changes? Do you feel like changes have been made? I'm telling you, it feels like a door opened somewhere for me, and a lot of really good stuff has been pouring in. It makes me really happy. I hope it's happening to you too, Capricorn. Let's find out what's going on for you. Capricorn, my Earth cousin, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Capricorn. It's on the other side of this portal now here, these eclipse portals. On the other side for Capricorn, first light. Isn't that beautiful? Beginning a new cycle. We just had a new moon, right? Just had the new moon, solar partial eclipse in Aries. And so we literally are now in a new cycle. This is your first light, my friend. So things are going to get lighter. Things are going to get brighter. You're going to be able to make decisions easier. And I feel like even though this is like by moonlight, it looks like it is an eclipse. There's a moon and a sun there. It feels like at the first light of the eclipse here, and it does look like a partial eclipse, I feel like you're feeling brighter or clearer, or you can make better decisions, or you feel like, whew, I can breathe again, like an exhale. Bottom of the deck, we have crossing bridges. It's time for healing, connecting, mending, and releasing. Well, that's really beautiful. Look, I feel like by the full moon here, you've crossed a bridge into a new cycle here, and it's time for you now to connect again to people. Maybe you have been sequestering yourself away from socializing. It's time for healing. It's time for mending. And it says realizing. So, oh no, sorry, releasing, not realizing, releasing. So releasing things under the full moon, right? Things that you may have been like not sure about. That person going across the bridge is carrying a light that's barely lighting the way. They're essentially going by the light of the moon. It reminds me of the hermit energy. So it feels like, it's like even though you didn't know where to go and you felt like you were in the dark, you just kept going because you trusted the universe that the bridge was going to take you to the right place. Tell me more about Capricorn, please. Tell me more about Capricorn for the week ahead, please. We've got inner peace. Capricorn, I think that's the place you're probably at right now. And if you're not there now, you might be there in the week ahead. So the koi fish, right? Fish and water, by the way, are money. They are abundance. But I think your abundance is coming from inner peace. I don't know about you, but when I watch the koi, this card kind of mesmerizes me a bit. But I can sit forever watching the koi. They are a little bit mesmerizing. And so I feel like the new light, the first light for you here, the beginning of the new cycle brings you peace. It does feel like you have some sort of inner peace going on and pleasure here. So maybe for some of you, you're going to be spending more time outdoors. Looks like there's a path that's going through some sort of a doorway here. Again, it looks like there's a partial moon, back there, a new moon possibly. Let's find more information for Capricorn. Tell me more about Capricorn, please. We've got Judgment. Judgment says, I understand that everyone has their own unique path and challenges. Like Judgment did come out in the reverse, but when I read oracles, I don't necessarily read them in the reverse. So this could mean that somebody here had, had a lack of judgment, or was misjudging you. It feels like the judgment here says, pardon me, the feeling I get from the card is that the third eye is now open, and now you see things as clear for what they are. And so there's no guesswork here. I feel like you're It says here, I understand that everyone has their own unique path and challenges. So I feel like what you did is you stopped judging other people, realizing that people, no matter what you tell them, no matter what you try and convince them of, they're going to do the thing that they want to do. And that's because they don't have your vision or your view. We all have our own perception of what's going on, and you can't see it from someone else's perception, and they can't see it from yours. So you're realizing that everybody has their unique challenges on their unique path because they're supposed to. Not everybody is at the same level of lessons as the other person. So bottom of the deck, we have change. So I feel like you've changed your mind is what it feels like. You've changed your mind. You've stopped judging others, but you've put up boundaries, I think, and you're just going to let people wander about on the other side of the boundaries. Let them do what they're going to do. There's nothing you can say that's going to change anything that's going on with them, but what you can do is live a happier life without judging them. It says, I understand that nothing can grow or evolve without movement. So I feel like you have moved from a place where possibly you were judging someone or something, and you're no longer at that place. It feels like change has come for you, and you've changed your mind, which has brought you some inner peace. Tell me more about Capricorn, please. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Capricorn. Capricorn, please know that I have changed the way I'm doing private reads. There is a new link in the pinned comment below. It used to be a Wizio link. Now it's for Hipsy. Hipsy and Wizio are sister sites. And I am now giving one-on-one live readings by phone and by chat. Just a couple days a week. All the details are in the comments below. You can still book pre-recorded readings with me as well. So we have the Five of Pentacles here, beginning a new cycle and first light. I feel like you understand now why it's necessary for the Five of Pentacles to be in this deck, right? It feels like we all need to spend our time in perspective from outside the fence, where we feel like we're cut off or on the outside looking in. It feels like there's a lesson to be learned there, and it's not all about things that are being done to you. I think what you realize, because of first light and beginning a new cycle, that it's things that are actually being done for you. It was teaching you lessons all along. We do have inner peace. That's really beautiful, because the inner peace you have is now of the mind, Capricorn. I love that. So peace in the mind, no more spiraling. I have the answers that I need, or if I need the answers and don't have them, I'll ask for them, and they'll be given to me through clarity, aha moments, realizations. So it feels like there is, for some of you, it could also mean that your inner peace comes with messages from the universe, right? Because this can be communication as well. Tell me more about Judgment. We have the King of Pentacles. So the Eight of Cups is here. I feel as though you have decided you're just going to leave somebody be, let them do what they're going to do, and you're going to focus on yourself. We've got this king here that is very focused on their own pentacle. And this King of Pentacles in this general reading is Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. So I feel like you are now educated. I want to say enlightened or educated. Now, there is sort of a light coming off this pentacle here, but there's books in the background here. And this person has gray hair, which kind of can indicate wisdom. Now, wisdom is not synonymous with age. I've met some people who just didn't ever wake up and that are in their older years. But I think that I'm speaking or connecting with somebody here who is listening and who is very focused on themselves instead of the judgment of others. And please don't think that I'm telling you I thought you were a judgmental person. I feel like sometimes we worry about, why aren't they doing the right thing? I've got to show them the right way. But instead of judging them for not taking care of things the way you would take care of them, maybe it's time just to put a boundary up between you and them and let them do their own thing. We've got Eight of Cups on the bottom of the deck. I think that you have mastered the art of detachment. It is a mastering. It definitely is. And when you detach from the outcome, whether that's for you or someone else, whether that's your children, your sister, your brother, or your best friend, or your lover, it's time for you to detach and go along your merry way. There's something better for you in the future. We've got the sun here, which is growth and a breakthrough, and the sun is shining here. And I think for some of you, you're detaching from the Ace of Cups. You're like, I don't really need this anymore. I don't necessarily need to be stuck in these 8 cups. Just sitting here and waiting for somebody to decide things about me. Now I'm making decisions to go out and find the 2 cups. Because when you disconnect or leave the 2 cups, leave the 8 cups, you head out to the 2 because we want 10, right? Ultimately, we've got the 10 of swords. I think that Taurus also had the 10 of swords in that spot. And so it feels like you are finally releasing. We've got the justice here. So this energy here is not for next week, but it's for the week after that. And I feel like it's going to take a little bit of digesting of everything that's gone on as we come through this portal. But I think ultimately that you're headed for some sort of inner peace. And now you are able to focus on yourself instead of saying, hey, why aren't you doing this, that, or the other thing? Why aren't you voting like me? Why aren't you looking at the same political party as me? Like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Let people be who they're going to be. You worry about yourself. And I think that you're being very focused on yourself and you're letting the judgments go. And I feel like it's bringing you to a place of restoration and justice, a place of balance, a place where things are being paid back to you. Tell me about the 5 of Pentacles. I feel like you're leaving this cycle of the 5 of Pentacles, feeling like you're left out here in the cold. We do have the Moon energy, we have the Hermit, and the Judgment. Those are 3 very similar cards as we look at them, right? I'm just going to show them up close here. As we look at them, they kind of all look a little bit the same, don't they? So it's all very much about ethereal energy, right? The Moon energy is Pisces and Cancer. The Hermit energy is Virgo, and Judgment is Virgo and Pisces. So that's very interesting. So Judgment is here again, and so I feel like you're in this new cycle at first light, and it's almost like you've been down, like, you know, when like in the southern states, some of them have these wine cellars that they go in, they run into the wine cellar when there's a tornado is about. I'm thinking of the Wizard of Oz, by the way. And you know, and then when you first open the doors and first light to come out and see, is everything okay to come out? Like, it feels like that. That's what Judgment feels like. It's like you finally have opened the doors and you're like, you know what? Whatever I'm going to see, whatever devastation is around me, I'm just going to accept it as it is. And I feel like it's like you coming out of the cellar at first light and saying, you know what? I'm just going to allow people to be who they are. I feel like you're getting another chance at something here. And I think that what you're getting, you know, you're being blessed with this beautiful new cycle here. You're getting a chance to use this Hermit energy. I feel like for a while there that maybe you had been stuck in a place where maybe you were spending a lot of time by yourself. And, you know, we never plan on going into Hermit energy. We just end up there. It's the self-audit part of it, right? And the Moon energy, it feels like you were doing the Hermit energy and the Moon energy gives me the feeling of you doing some shadow work, really feeling like, you know, like when you go to the grocery store and you get mad at the clerk, and why are you really getting mad at the clerk? It has nothing to do with the clerk. It has everything to do with the last things that happened with mom or dad or your best friend or something back there a week ago, and that was just the tipping point of angry. And so I feel like you were doing a lot of shadow work, and I feel like because of the shadow work, it feels like you're getting a second chance here. Getting a second chance to come to first light and look at take a look at the new cycle. Tell me about the Ace of Swords. We've got the 3 of Cups. We've got the Magician, and we've got the 6 of Wands. So it's really beautiful because we do have inner peace here, and we do have the 3 of Cups, which is happiness, being with other people, being a little more social, celebration. Let's celebrate. Let's eat. Let's drink. Let's have some fun together. The Magician and the 6 of Wands tells me that people see you as if you are magic, like you're a magical being. Like, how did you just manage to make it all work out for you? But that's the secret of Capricorn, right? Whether you're feminine or masculine, you're very planned. You're someone who always knows what to do. You know how to fix it. And you are someone who is always very creative, right? You're creating your own path. So the Magician has all of the tools that they need, the tools, the resources, the skills, and also has all the aces in hand, knowing that from here I can do whatever I want to do. And so the 6 of Wands is telling me you finally reached this place where you're stepping over the finish line. And I feel like you're about to get a lot of attention from people because I feel like you're about to be really social again. And it's about a lot of opening new conversations here, getting clarity from people and learning new things. Look, if we keep to ourselves and we don't have friends, we're just going to stunt our own growth. And I think that you realize that. Tell me about the King of Pentacles here. I think that you've just decided to keep your nose in your own paper. That you're no longer doing this thing where you are judging other people or saying, well, why don't you believe the way that I believe? I don't think you have time for that anymore. I think you're in this King of Pentacles energy, which is this Midas touch energy, which is this, I'm going to give to the universe so much that the universe can't help but bless me and give it back. I feel like with the Four of Wands and the Fool and the Eight of Cups is back. So it does feel like here that you are now hitting a place of financial stability. Things are about to get really good for you in terms of your finances. Maybe you're going to buy a new house, or maybe you're going to do renovations. But I feel like with the King of Pentacles here, it tells me that money is going to be on point, or maybe your energy. Look, maybe you had the money all along, but you didn't have the energy. Maybe you weren't well. But I feel like you're now very focused on growing your material world. So whatever that is to you, maybe you're going to build a library. There's the King of Pentacles is sitting in a library. We do have the Fool here. And so it's a brand new chapter for you, right? First light, brand new cycle is here, right? The Fool has just showed up and a brand new cycle is here. So the Eight of Cups is telling me, I don't have time for this anymore. I'm not going to stay here. I'm not going to settle here. There's way more for me out there. And I've been spending my time in judgment, wondering why people aren't doing what I'm doing. And so I feel like you're like, out of there. It's time for me to go on this new path here. We got Justice and the Ten of Swords. It tells me, and maybe this week is the week where you're getting your footing and deciding that, you know what, I'm just going to detach from the things that don't concern me anymore. I'm not going to worry if the way you're dressing or the political party you belong to, or, I'm not going to worry about that stuff anymore. I'm just going to take care of me, and I'm going to focus on myself and my pentacle world. So I feel like because of that, you're releasing, and that's why things are coming back into balance. This is the release. You can see the birds, the blackbirds have been released, right? And so it's all about coming to a painful end, yes, because I feel like part of the painful end is there's nothing I can do about them. I can't make them think a certain way. I can't make them do a certain thing. I want to take care of them, but I can't spend my whole life taking care of them. They need to learn to take care of themselves. So you're releasing it, and it's giving you justice, balance. Something is being restored. You're seeing yourself in a different light. We have the Devil energy, we have the King of Wands, and we have the Six of Swords. And so I think that you finally have shaken yourself free from the devil, is what it feels like. It just took some motivation. It took... the King of Wands sits on the throne because the King of Wands has been through a lot, has walked through fire, forged through fire. That's what the King and the Queen do, right? They've been through a lot of things, and no matter what happened, they were resilient. They hung on and they kept going. And so I think that Six of Swords is telling me that now that you have the energy to get up and do it, get up and go, leave the situation and disconnect from the doubt, the fear, maybe somebody who was toxic in your life, maybe you had some sort of toxicity going on, whether that's a thought pattern, because we have swords here. Maybe it was a thought pattern. Maybe it was a feeling of I can't get out of it. I feel you're now detaching. The Six of Swords is telling me that you're finally moving away from the chaos of the mind and going to a very calm place in the mind, which is pleasure, which is inner peace. And it says it's time for healing, connecting, mending, and releasing. I think that's basically what it said. You're in a big place of change, and it's giving you freedom from fear. Oh, look, freedom from fear. The devil's here. It's giving you freedom from fear here because you've decided to change your mind. It's really beautiful. Bottom of the deck is healing. That's the Four of Swords. Whatever it was that was going on in the last cycle is now healing itself. And don't expect it to all heal overnight. It's going to come to you slowly, Capricorn. But I think that you're on the right path, doing the right thing. And I'm going to leave it right there. Thank you, Capricorn, for being here and watching. I do appreciate you. I hope that you come back. It's the only reason I come back. It's because you're here. I'll be back because I'm always back. You guys take care. And I'm going to go for now. Have a good evening. Bye-bye.